Good morning, traders. Welcome to AI Traders live market analysis using artificial intelligence to find high probability trades. In today's AI Traders Live episode, we'll be focusing on the QQQ and SPDR ETFs, and we're going to be looking at these from an artificial intelligence trading perspective. Here's a brief disclaimer. I'm Richard Miller, and I'll be presenting today's episode of AI Traders Live. We'll focus on the Nasdaq QQQ ETF, which is a Nasdaq 100 index, basically mimics the Nasdaq 100 index. And then we'll also look at the TQQQ, the 3-time leveraged ETF, to see if there's any potential trading opportunities there. We'll also be looking at the SPDR ETF, which is the S&P 500 index, as an ETF that mimics the performance of the S&P 500. And the S&P 500 has also got a UPRO ETF, which is 3 times the SPDR leveraged ETF. So we'll be looking at these 4 ETFs from 4 different artificial intelligence trading strategies. We've got the major market reversals, classic swing trades, volatility breakouts, and quick 3-day moves. Now, all 4 of these cater for different type of trading style. Whether you're a position trader or a swing trader, major market reversals will work well for you. Classic swing trades for the short-term and day trader and swing trader. Volatility breakouts also for the more high-frequency type trader. And then the quick 3-day moves is another swing trade position. Now, the tip of the iceberg explanation how the AI works. The AI explores 10 to the power of 200 different possible combination of stock market indicators and market relationships. So it simply takes all available technical indicators, tests them all available settings, and it reduces that list of develops basically new trading strategies combining all the high probability trades set up using genetic algorithms. So let's jump straight into the Metastock platform, and we're going to look at those 4 ETFs from an artificial intelligence trading perspective. So I've got the Metastock platform open. I've loaded the Fulgent AI engine in terms of the chart, and I've got my 4 ETFs loaded. Yeah, this is the QQQ ETF, and here's the TQQ, Pro Shares Ultra Pro TQQ. Here's the SPDR S&P 500 basically ETF, and here's the UPRO, the S&P 500 3 times leverage ETF. So we'll start with the QQQ, but before I start, the AI engine that we're using has been trained on the QQQ and the SPDR ETFs. And here are the trading statistics. So the major market reversal signals on average 78% accurate, with the average profit per trade of 6.6%. The swing trade is average 71% accurate, with a 3.8% average profit per trade. And the volatility breakout is about 52% accurate, with a 1.2% average profit per trade. The quick moves ETF trader is 71% accurate, with 1.3% average profit per trade, both long and short. So the long gets diluted by the short, basically the returns, but nevertheless fantastic high probability trade setups that we're looking for in the indices. Now, we've tested the AI has been testing the QQQ and SPDR since the inception of these indices to make sure we've got all the correct data tests in there, to make sure we have touched all the bases, so to speak. So let's go and look at the QQQ quickly. And I'm going to maximize this window. If you bear with me, I've got a slight cold, so I'm not 100% today. So we can see we've had some really great trades the last couple of months, caught most of the rallies here, even the big March correction there, and keeps on going. Now, the most recent signal is a volatility breakout, and the stop loss is very wide. The AI somehow adjusts the stop loss to accommodate the volatility, so it's a very wide stop loss. So this trade setup should last into the year end, this volatility breakout. And now that we've closed that gap, will be interesting to see if the markets can have a new move. These bottom lines here, that seems to be a key support level, the lows of those candlesticks there. So interestingly enough, yeah, it will be interesting to see if the market's going to continue to rebound from these 383 lows in the QQQ. We can see the last volatility breakout worked out quite well, captured most of the October-November move, and then the AI sold it out over there soon after the market top. So set for a year-end rally from an AI trading perspective, and will be interesting to see if this rebound will continue, if it gets close to this key support level. So watch out for those levels to see at 383 spot 139 what the QQQ will be doing at that point in time. So looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see in October we had quite a lot of great volatility breakout trades, captured most of the move in October. So we can see here the most recent trade here, the volatility breakout worked out well, and then there's a new one. Just that one got stopped out because it hit the trailing stop. So it will be interesting to see if we're going to get a new volatility breakout signal on the 4-hour chart. Now just remember one thing, we've actually forced the AI to use the daily algorithms that it's developed, and says, we told it to go and look at the 4-hour chart and come back with signals. So we've not actually retrained the AI for 4-hour charts. The proper way to do this is to go back in the entire database over thousands of data points and retrain the AI to specifically look for high probability setups on the 4-hour basis. So still don't have that signal, but we did have the signal got stopped out there. Well, it'll be interesting to see what's on the hourly. Once again, not trained for hourly, but just out of interest to see what the AI is doing on the hourly one. You can see there's a volatility breakout there. Volatility got stopped out there. That one worked out well. So it's well worth, if you're getting the AI, to make sure you train it for intraday 4 hours or hourly, if that's the time frame you're trading. But I always like to look at it from a out of interest point of view. If what the signal setups are like for if you're using the daily signals in terms of 4-hour charts. Now just back to the daily where we are with the market. Now interestingly, this level here, these lows coincides very well with these highs there, so that's a critical zone to stay above. So there are swing trade opportunities from in and around these levels back up to these old highs, and that's the next resistance zone the market has to get past. So that's our trading range for the next week or two. If the market does not stop us out at these levels and find some retest support there, maybe on that zone there at 383, we should get a swing trade back up to about the 400 and then the 405 into the year end. So that's kind of the setup we're looking for. But so far the AI did alert us of a volatility breakout signal on the QQQ, and we'll stand by that view. Now looking at the Ultra Pro QQQ, TQQ is the ticker, and this one is a 3 times leveraged ETF of the QQQ, the Nasdaq 100 3 times leverage. Also a great instrument to trade. You can see the AIs generate some beautiful signals over the last 2 years in this. Captured the beautiful swing trade here in the March COVID sell-off and captured most of that move, and it's caught some really good moves looking back. Now the most recent signal is also volatility breakout. The previous one here back in October worked out well. We have a new volatility breakout, very wide stop loss. The AI adjusts the stop loss accommodating the volatility, so this is quite a wide stop loss. So do expect some volatility into the year end. And then these old highs is the resistance levels, but your trades here is all dependent on what the QQQ is doing. So these are just a 3 times leverage ETF if you want to boost those trading returns. But we have a similar chart set up on the ETF here. The QQQ, that low there is also a key support zone, and these old highs here is also a key support zone. So currently testing that, did manage to rebound from those levels. Will be interesting to see if we get a follow-up move further from these current levels into the year end, where the upside target there would be, the first one is 170 and the next one is 179. The upside profit targets with downside risk to this trailing stop here of 131. So all set for the year end rally from a TQQ and QQQ perspective. So next up is the S&P 500 ETF that mimics the returns of the S&P 500 index, the Spider ETF. We can see we've got a volatility breakout signal here back on the 1st of December. So the next day was the opportunity to get in. Very wide stop loss here, but now the AI's moved up the stop loss to that level. Now it's a trailing stop loss, volatility adjusted once again at 459. So it will be interesting to see if we're going to get a continuation of this rebound today and this week. And these old highs is the upside resistance targets where this ETF needs to get past. The market needs to get past that zone. But also set for the year-end rally. The stop loss is now much higher than the initial trade, so still long into the year end. If we get stopped out here, we'll have to wait for a new trade setup, but so far so good. Volatility breakouts in the Spider works quite well for trading the ETF. And let's go and take a look at the 4-hour chart. But once again, it's not trained for 4 hour. We're just relying on the concept of fractal mathematics, basically, to see if there's the daily signals would give high probability trades on a intraday basis. So that's kind of the thought process behind just adopting the daily signal for that 4 hour. But if you want to do this properly, you need to retrain since the inception of the ETF for the 4 hour and hourly time frames. But nevertheless, we've had some very high probability profitable signals using the daily signals on the 4 hour. We can see an October rally, two great signals there. The November rally sideways moving there, got stopped out there. Volatility increased, the AI got stopped out, then adjusted. The AI realized that the volatility is increasing, so it will adjust the stop loss, and that's why there was a much wider stop loss here than before. And now we have a new trailing stop on the 4-hour chart, just there below the what's that level there? That level is 457. So that's where we're at with the current Spider ETF. So we're still long into the year-end rally with these old highs as the next key resistance zone for the market, or the S&P 500 Spider ETF to get past. But so far so good. Some highly profitable trades coming off the Spider ETF using AI. So that's kind of the trade setup. Now let's turn to the leveraged one, the UPRO, which is 3 times the leverage, the ETF, Spider ETF. Also fantastic signals here, captured most of the move all the way down here from $10-15 all the way up to $140. So a couple of really great trades. The current situation is very similar, obviously, because it's just 3 times the S&P 500 Spider ETF. Very similar trade setup, wide stop loss, very close to that stop loss. Incidentally, will be interesting to see if we're going to get that stop loss level hit today, but that's kind of where we're at. That's the current zone. 137 is the trailing stop loss, and these old highs is the resistance zone to deal with. There's a cluster of old high resistance levels there, so it'll be interesting to see if we can hit those by the year end. But all set for a year end rally from a Spider ETF and the QQQ ETF perspective. The AI so far showing some really good swing trade signals on these two ETFs. And we can see on the intraday 4-hour one that we've also had a volatility breakout here at 130 basically, and the stop loss has moved up, much tighter stop loss at 137 now, but the AI is still long the market into the year end. So in summary, the AI is still long the market going into the year end, both the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 from a QQQ and Spider ETF perspective. So it'll be interesting to see if we're going to get a follow-on move to the upside this week, and we're dangerously close to trailing stop losses. So it'll be interesting to see if we're going to get a continuation of this current rebound into the year end. And that brings us to the end of this edition of AI Traders Live. If anybody wants more information, hold on for the next section where I explain how to sign up for your own artificial intelligence trading engine. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy AI trading. Bye for now.
If any traders wants to get their hands on having your own artificial intelligence engine, go to metastock.com/alphaharvest 3-for-1. We've got a fantastic buy 3 months for the price of 1 deal on at the moment, and you can try it out and see if the artificial intelligence engine fits your trading style. metastock.com/alphaharvest 3-for-1. This is what the landing page looked like. We've got a 3 months for the price of 1 deal. Whether you're taking the artificial intelligence engine on a end of day basis, the side, or the real time, if you do high frequency intraday trading, we've got 2 options for the buy 3 months for the price of 1 deal on Metastock platform.
And this is the end of this edition of AI Traders Live. Thanks for watching, and join me next time for more artificial intelligence trading. Bye for now.